Spencer Lazara, MMA interviews alongside Frank Trevino, 11-0. He has his first fight in the octagon this Saturday night live, UFC 171. Man, you've gotten to this point, you're 11-0. How does it feel to be in the big stage here, the UFC, right here in your home state?
Yeah, well, it feels real good. I'm actually really excited. I've had a lot of support from a lot of fans here in Dallas that I didn't even much less know, and yeah, it's actually really comforting, really awesome to be at home and be able to fight.
Talk about the matchup against Renee Forte, taking him on Forte. I don't know if I was trying to say it like I was in Portuguese, man. I got a Brazilian girlfriend. She's going to kill me right now.
I'm sorry about that. Renee is actually a real tough opponent. I believe he's 8-3. I believe that's his record. He recently came off a loss, so I know he's gonna come hungry. He's gonna come hard. He's gonna come ready to to finish the fight, especially in a good fashion. Like I said, he's had a couple losses, so I know for a fact he's fighting for a job pretty much basically. And I know if it was me, I'd go for broke.
You're fighting for, I guess you could say, a job too. Getting this opportunity is big.
Definitely, it's a real big opportunity for myself, and I don't look at it like too much like that. The way I see it is I have a lot to lose, but I also have a lot to gain from this, especially the experience. The experience of being here, being around this whole atmosphere is totally new to me, and but I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. I'm loving the way the UFC handles things, and I mean it's an awesome opportunity.
What were your thoughts when you got the call to come here? Was it short notice? What can you tell us about that?
No, actually, when I got the call for whenever the UFC signed me, I got the call right after the Lester Patres fight. They called me while I was in bed, and my manager calls me, and it's kind of a real funny story. My manager calls me, and he tells me, "Hey, I got some good news and bad news for you." And I'm like, "Okay, what's the bad news?" Because I'm always, hit me with the bad news first. And he goes, "Legacy just cut you." And I was like, "Why? I had a real good fight. What's going on? I mean, I had an awesome fight." He goes, "Oh, well, the UFC picked you up." I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, that made a lot more sense.
Probably knew you were going to take the bad news first. He was messing with you.
Yeah, he was totally messing with me. He's that type of guy. My manager, Wade Hampton, is he's an awesome individual. He's helped me out a lot throughout this whole process, and I mean, he's just he's been there for me from day one. So I mean, he's just awesome.
The weight is something we just spoke of a little bit. You fought at 205, 85, 70. This fight, you're making it to 55, and man, you're a good-sized guy for 55.
Thanks. I've actually, whenever I got the call for this fight, I was actually supposed to fight in April in Mexico, in the Mexico card with Cain Velasquez. I heard Cain Velasquez got hurt. The whole card got scratched because they wanted to make him the main attraction and whatnot. They told me that I pretty much figured that I wasn't gonna fight anytime soon. Since my deadline was in April, so I kind of slacked off. I think I was at the time. I think I was at maybe 85 whenever I started slacking off. So I started gaining a lot of weight. By the time I knew it, I was 205. And then my manager calls me and he tells me, "Hey, you're fighting in March." And I say, "Whoa, wait a minute." That was like 2 months out. And I was like, "Wait a minute, bro. You didn't tell me this. You should have called me before you took the fight." And I was like, I'm at 205 right now. And he's like, "Oh, he was real confident that I would drop the weight." And I mean, luckily he was right. Right now I'm almost at weight. So, I mean, that's almost a 50-pound drop. But, I mean, I feel good.
That's crazy, man. I mean, what did you have to do? You drop all carbs completely or what?
Pretty much, for the most part, I dropped a lot of carbs. I dropped a lot of what I was intaking. I cleaned up my meals a whole lot. A lot of vegetables, a lot of greens. A lot of cardio, a lot of sparring, mid work. I spent 2 months at Macaco as opposed to 1 month. Usually, I usually just go for a 6-week camp. I spent 2 whole months out there, totally, busting my butt out there with him. And I mean, it just, like I said, he just pushes me to that next level where I need to be. And Macaco is one of the legends in the sport. He's, well known all around the world. I mean, and I mean, it's an honor to work with such a legend.
Biggest advantages and what you're looking to do in there Saturday night?
I'm gonna keep it fun and entertaining for the people. Hopefully, I'll be fighting on UFC Fight Pass, and I want to make a good impression, so hopefully, you know, I'll be able to come out maybe on the pay-per-view. But I'm gonna try to make it a good show for the fans. You know, make it an exciting fight. I don't like boring fights, as you know, just like anybody else. You know, even if it drags around 3 rounds, I'm gonna make every round an exciting fight, an exciting round. I want to say my striking is my strength. I'm a Muay Thai fighter, so you know my striking is my strength, and I will utilize that.
The fans will definitely like to see it. Anything else you'd like to say?
No, just you know, thanks to all the fans, all the support that everybody's giving me. It's great. I enjoy everybody's good positive thoughts and whatnot, and everybody's just been great so far.
Man, Frank Trevino puts his 11-0 undefeated record on the line this Saturday night. UFC Fight Pass 171.
Hey, this is Ariane Celeste.
This is Uriah Faber.
This is Glover Teixeira.
This is Dan Henderson. You're watching MMA Interviews.
MMA Interviews.
You're watching MMAinterviews.tv.